So I got this 2022 Cadillac. It's a CT4 V Blackwing. And everybody says, why didn't you get the 5? Well, the 4's cheaper. Okay, the 4 gets way better gas mileage. As soon as Ed Bolian broke the record, now probably, 12, 13 years ago, but I kind of told him I wanted to do this, told him a little bit about my story, and I'm sure he's going, oh, this guy's full of crap, because people don't know what it takes to do this sometimes. Me and my son, thank God, my co-pilot again, and he is fabulous on a pair of binoculars, and we run highway radar, Waze, and, he's good with all the tech stuff. So anyway, I just do all the driving, because he's better with the tech stuff. And it's not that I'm a better driver than him, but he's better with, hey, highway radar went down. He knows how to restart it, what to do, all the stuff with the computer stuff. And quite frankly, he's just younger, so he's really good at holding a pair of binoculars up for hours on end. Our first run, he had black eyes when we were done. The car now is set up a lot better. It's fitted with everything that you can think of pretty much. Laser jammers, radar. We even had, not to dump myself, but we had some policey looking lights on the car. And the only thing that I put on there that a lot of people are real question about is a blackout plate. So I have a blackout plate, and the only reason we used that was, well, we're from Texas. It seems like most people look down on Texans when you're not in Texas. So if I'm going to hit those red and blue lights to get people to move out of my way, I would black my plate out. That way, when I went by them, they were not calling the police to tell them, hey, this black car with this Texas plate with this number just passed us up. So we only did that about 3 times. We went to Manhattan, got ready, took off, I think about 2 in the morning. Traffic was good all the way to Nebraska, and then we got held up. Then we got to Vail Mountain area. They had a fatality on the mountain. We stopped there for about an hour and a half. And this is where, when I say don't think the 90s to 100, whatever is weak, it's just sometimes you're stopped. When you're running 2,800 miles, things are going to happen. So you run as fast as you can, as often as you can. Colorado is just fun. We ran this Cadillac, this 6-cylinder twin turbo, no mods on it at all, from the factory Cadillac. This car got 14.4 miles to the gallon. We ran it 187 miles an hour through northern Colorado, Utah, you name it. We come across, and this is why this was my last attempt at this, but I think we used up all 9 lives that any cat could have, because we were told by the record holder that I need to make this car a little more policey looking. So I did. I blacked out all the emblems. We got 3 antennas on the back, which were useful for our scanner, CB radio, that kind of stuff. I got extra lights in the front to illuminate mainly in the mountain areas. And like I said, everything's just blacked out. Then we got the little police lights. You can fold down the visors. You can see them in there. Even if they're not on, you can see them, and you're thinking, what's going on? And you can see them in the back window also. The company I have, our emblem is kind of triangle, so we ghosted those on the back and on the fenders. I've heard the truckers on the CB radio say, hey, there's some kind of crazy undercover guy out here. We don't know who it is. But I'm assuming the police maybe thought that too, because I passed at least 3 of them on the way at over 100, waved at them. They waved back at me, and we kept going. One of them waved at me. We took off a little more. He hit on his red and blue lights, turned them off right away. I hit my red and blue lights, turned them off right away, and waved again, and no problem. We're down the road. We had 2 in the median with a radar gun. They lit us up at about 120. We went by, they never came after us. Like I said, we used every life up on this run. We had no spotters, no overwatch. We had nobody to help us. Like I said, they were all at the reunion, except for the one gentleman that has the truck record, and we kind of helped him a little in that deal. John Levi, he spotted for us in Nevada area up to about Vegas, about 250 miles. It was crucial because we found out over there they run K-band radar, which I have eliminated off my radar detector because I get tired of hearing it. And we have laser jammers, so if they're shooting laser, we got that taken care of too. But thank you, John Levi. Great spotting for a couple 100 miles. Anyway, we're cutting over into the HOV lane, this and that, and just we're acting like idiots, and all of a sudden, on the right-hand side, there is a police officer for Vegas, and I hit my brakes. John hits his brakes. We are on the main highway in Vegas, completely stopped on the highway with this police officer about 4 car lengths ahead of us, and he stopped, and there's just traffic coming. And I don't think he knew what to do because he couldn't back up in traffic, but we weren't going forward. And here came a guy around us at excessive speed, and he just took after him, went and gave him a ticket. You can hear John in his video just laughing, going, oh my God, but another lucky break for us. We almost made it to San Bernardino, and we're about halfway there. I'm going, man, we're pushing it hard. The last thing I want to do is run out of gas and not make it in time. It's terrible for a cannonballer to be on the side of the road waiting on AAA with a gas can. So we made one last fuel stop, and that last fuel stop really was detrimental to us. We pulled off, we got gas. Took a little while. We just put it in the main tank because we didn't need that much. We sort of go to get back on the highway, and we're heading back towards Vegas because we were not familiar with this area. So it took us 10 miles out of the way before we could get a turnaround. We turned back around. We head back down the road, but seriously, 20 minutes at this time is wasted. My benchmarks was anything under 30 hours to beat Ed Bolian's time with a 28:50, to beat the non-COVID record at a 27 something, and then of course just do the overall record, which we were completely not contenders at that time anyway. But I'm thinking, man, we might be able to beat my idol Ed Bolian's time. So we're just flying through California. We hit the Crenshaw exit. We go to take a left. We're running red lights. My radar detector goes off, and my son's like, hey, there's police behind you. I'm like, oh, damn. And I'm like, we are way too close right now to stop. I mean, we just went. We ran every red light to the Portofino. When we got to the finish line, my son hit the clock, and it's a big bump at the guard shack, and we hit that thing at probably 40 or 50. And in fact, because of that, we had a longer time because he couldn't hit the stop on the stopwatch. We pull in instantly. Our Overwatch guy, who we never contacted him at all, but everybody was kind of watching. There's an app that we use. I get a phone call as soon as I hit, and he's like, man, way to go, this and that and the other. And I'm like, okay, hey, Overwatch, I got to go. The police are pulling into the driveway of the Portofino with their lights on, and there's 2 of them. So I instantly pulled over to the hotel, left the door open, car running, ran inside and said, I need to get a room. Security came in, was yelling at me about, you need to park your car and this and that. I was like, sir, I'm going to park my car. I'm getting a room right now. And anyway, it took 10 minutes or so to get a room. I walked back outside. My son's sitting in there. Poor unsuspecting victim didn't know he was going to be left alone with the police. But apparently they walked around the car, asked him where the driver was. He said, I don't know. I can only assume 2 or 3 things. The guys were really cool because they were from Redondo Beach and they know cannonballing. 2, they didn't catch me behind the wheel. And 3, I really don't know why. They were just maybe a couple of cool cops. I said, what happened? He said, they walked around the car. They asked me where you were. I said, I don't know. And they got in their car and left. We parked the car, got a good night's sleep. We were excited as hell and almost met my second benchmark. We came in with a 28:53. There's only 12 people to ever go under 30 hours. And I'm happy to say that we are number 11 out of everybody, with COVID included. 3 minutes off Ed Bolian's record. Man, what a deal. We're going to take this as a win all day long. If there's any police looking out there watching this video, don't worry, that Cadillac ain't doing that no more, man. We're going to call this one done. Nevertheless, it's been a hell of an experience. The brotherhood is fantastic, and sisterhood. And now we're just going to do fun events. Go to reunions, do little rallies, whatnot. Anyway, if we check that off the old benchmark, nobody really realizes what it takes to go under 30 hours. If you think our average is 97.7 miles per hour, I'm going to tell you it was no small feat getting to that time. Before we got stuck in traffic, we had 116 mile an hour average, and we're on track for a 25-hour run. And because stuff happens in cannonballing for 2,820 miles, well, stuff happens, man. I just have to be under 30. So anyway, that's my cannonball story, and thanks for watching.